Hey yo, it's your boy Monster Man Rocco.
It's your boy Swagger Rock.
This is Snack the Ripper.
And you rap for those who don't know.
This is Master A. You are now rocking with the best. Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records.
Breaking Records Radio. Let's go.
Breaking Records Radio.
Press 5 now, how you check Breaking Records Radio.
Breaking Records, man. Radio is like the place to be. I don't fuck strange music, man.
But one thing I did want to actually ask about is, because you mentioned before you did Disposable Arts, how you went and did a European tour, and how, like, you know, seeing all the support that you had out there kind of gave you a resurgence and, like, inspiration and wanted to, you know, end your legacy right, kind of in turn made Disposable Arts. But I was curious, like, was that your first time actually going overseas to tour, like, and actually see that reaction at all, or, like?
Not my first time, no. I first went overseas in 91. My very first time I went to London. And I went to London and then I went over to London a couple times in the early 90s. And then I went to Denmark. I went to Denmark like in the mid 90s, like 97, 6, 5, right in there, 5, 6. I went to Denmark. And then I went back to the UK like 98 for a few dates, 99 maybe. And then 2000 was like the real first extended tour where it wasn't just like 2 shows. It was like 13 shows. And it had a big impact. I didn't realize it was like that until that,
yeah.
You know?
And then would that be like, then to go forward and actually do Disposable Arts, did you find that like at the time of dropping that album as well, that it did relatively better overseas?
Well, the one thing I do know, you know, this was 2001. So the album came out in October, right before Halloween. And we went out to Europe right after September 11th happened.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, we went out. So September 11th happened, and we were flying out on like the 18th or something. Like 7 days later, we were flying to Europe for this tour. And when we landed, the album wasn't going to be out for another, month. And already people knew some of the songs. Because remember, this is the era of... what is that called? That sharing platform where everybody was just sharing. What
Napster?
is it? Napster, yeah.
Yep.
So we had serviced the album to press, to get reviews. So a bunch of magazines had the album, and the album leaked. So when I touched down in Europe for the first few shows, I'm performing songs that's off the album that isn't out yet, and people knew the songs already.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, well, that's a good sign, even though this means that the album got leaked. But the fact that people care enough to learn the words to these brand new songs was kind of crazy. And it just showed me the level of enthusiasm people had for what I was doing.
Yeah.